This is Joshua of JTH Boxing. Today I'm here in Sheffield and I'm joined by the star boy, Junaid Bostan. Junaid, first of all, how are we doing today, man?
I'm alright, my brother, how are you?
Not doing too bad. Had a couple of weeks off actually, been a bit quiet on the UK, sure, so I just thought, I have a nice little 2 weeks off, but I was getting a bit bored, so I thought, we're going to get back out there, so here we are today. It's a Friday afternoon, or Friday morning even. Obviously you've just had some good rounds in sparring, a good training session, all ahead of preparing for your next fight, December 16th. USA for once, you're not in the UK anymore, you're going global now. First of all, how excited are we to show your skills on a new stage like that?
Yeah, man, I'm buzzing to be out in America. I was going to go regardless to watch Sonny, but now I've saved a few grand, obviously flying over for free, fighting myself, so it's come quicker than what I expected, but I'm relishing it and I'm looking forward to it and putting on a good performance. There's no opponent yet, but that's no fault of my own. I've been accepting opponents, but I'm sure that'll be covered on Matchroom and my management's parts in the next few days.
Obviously, when we look at this next fight day, obviously it's probably, I don't know, would you say this is the biggest card you've been on, or would you say, obviously, it will feel bigger because it's a new stage, isn't it? It's a new climate, it will be a new environment, Everyone says that the UK crowds are the best in the world, so it might be a bit different for you out there, won't it?
I wouldn't even look at it like that, I'd just look at it as another tick in the box. Not many get able to have their US debut that early on in their career on such a big platform. Even just as a prospect, I've got it under 10 fights, it'll be my 8th fight, so I'm relishing it, I'm understanding it's a big opportunity, and I'm going to make the most of it comes December 16th.
I think one of the things that we've seen with you a lot in your career is activity. We sometimes see a lot of prospects struggle with staying active, struggle with getting fight dates, but if you don't think we've seen that as a problem, how good is it to have this activity in your career? Because obviously sometimes you will see a lot of fighters, or just not even prospects, fighters in general, have a long time out and they come back and they might not be at their best, but you consistently got a fight date in mind, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Obviously, I need consistency. I know a lot of fighters do, but for me personally, in and out of the ring, I need consistency. I need a goal. I need something there to keep me in the gym, keep me not going to AWOL basically. And me having a fight day does that. I'm never out of the gym, so there's no excuse for me not to have a fight day. There's no fault of my own. I'm always in the gym. I'm always active. I'm always watching, learning, training, picking up new things. So there's any reason for me not to have a fight day. I understand. I think probably next year the fights will slow down, but that doesn't change how I'm going to conduct myself, and that'll be being active in the gym.
So next year, is it about pushing on to maybe look for English, British level titles, or is it just stepping up the rounds? Obviously, you've had a couple of 8-rounders now. You've been the distance once in your career against a very tough fighter, Ryan Amos. But what's the plan going forward? Like, if we're going to plan out the next 12 months for Junaid Bostan, how are they looking?
That's on for Matchroom and management to look after. In my understanding, I'll be in 10 rounders. I've heard a few whispers in the background, but I'll let them be penciled in, confirmed, and then obviously that's for them to sort out. But with me, you'll have no hard issues with me. I take the fights and I perform on the night. Like you said, I've took everyone out other than one, and I've won every round so far in my career, so I'll keep on doing that.
Obviously, let's talk about Sonny. Obviously, he's headlining the card that you'll be fighting on next. First of all, obviously, it's not the first time you've been having stable mates on the same card as you, but just in general, what is it like training, knowing that there's people in the gym have the exact same fight date as you? You'll be almost working at the exact same pace. Does it make training camp a little bit easier?
Yeah, definitely. You're not on your own, obviously, with us. To be fair, regardless whether we've got the same fight date, we're all in and out of camp, we're always in the gym, all of us, so it's one of them things. It's just good having a good working environment, and when we're in fight week, it's good having another lad with you, but at the end of the day, you're in the ring on your own, so regardless of how it is, you've got to conduct yourself the best way you can.
How's camp going? Obviously working alongside Sonny, how's it going for him? Obviously this is the biggest fight of his career, no doubt. What do you reckon we'll see from Sonny Edwards come December 16th?
Best performance today off from himself. I think this is his coming out party. He's world champion, but he's not, for whatever reason, no fault of his own, he's not had that, I'd like to say, big night where everyone has to respect him and show him, and I think this is the fight, and then I think he'll put a lot of haters to silence. I think a lot of people do appreciate his talent, but because he's a bit of a gobshite when he wants to be, people don't really want to give him his flowers, but I think after this fight they'll have no choice but to give it him.
I think another thing as well that a lot of people give Sonny stick for online is people come to watch boxing for knockouts, and obviously, through no disrespect, Sonny isn't a man who's known for his knockouts, but he is just so good when it comes to scoring the points, frustrating his opponents. And he's still just as entertaining to watch because it's an exciting style that he's got, isn't it?
To the casuals, you could say that, but I think the true boxing fans will appreciate what Sonny does and how he goes about things. I think with George Foreman, what I said, it's boxing's just like jazz. The better it is, the less it's appreciated. And I think Sonny's off that mould. He's fantastic to watch, and obviously when you see the difference between fighting and sparring, it's two different fighters. But when it all comes to one, and whoever brings that out from him, it might be bam. He'll show, and he'll pass him with flying colours.
I'll quickly ask you a few other things away from yourself and Sonny. Obviously, the last card you won was Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington. When I talk about that main event, what a mental fight that was. Obviously, it's been a couple of weeks now. The dust has settled on it. But you can just never write off Lee Wood in the ring, can you?
Definitely not. And I remember it was me, Dalton, and Tom Dallas. What was sat next to each other ringside, and they were losing. Let's be real. Lee were losing. He was losing comfortably, and Josh were really in control. But I just remember saying, "It's fate. It's fate. What's written is written. Lee's gonna box at that knocks ground. There's no stopping him." And when he dropped Warrington, everyone seemed in utter shock. For me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I weren't in shock. Like I weren't. It's just if it's written, it's written. There's no stopping it. And I weren't. A lot of people were in disbelief. Don't get me wrong, it were a bit mental how it happened, but I weren't really too shocked because it's just written for him to box at Nottingham ground. And God willing, it all comes off for him. He fights there, late spring, summer, and you never know. I might be on the undercard.
I was literally going to ask you about, obviously, being a Nottingham boy myself. I think if there's one thing I really want in this sport, alongside obviously people will say, oh, they want AJ Wilde and all this, but I just want to see Lee Wood fight at the City Ground. I think it's I've heard people say that he'll struggle to sell the City Ground. I think he'll sell that place out. I think Nottingham will get behind it because of how close he is with the football club. And I feel like they'll have to put on a good undercard, and you can't have a good undercard without Junaid Bostan, can you?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, Lee Wood, first of all, Lee Wood does deserve it. I've known Lee since a kid, like I'm talking 8-9 years of age. He's been to my amateur fights. I've been to his flat when he were living with Jordan, and he was having food and whatever. He was just looking after me. And now, fast forward a few years, I'm on his undercards. I've been on his last few undercards. So, I mean, it's only right to be on his massive fight, and that will be at the Nottingham ground. I mean, but regardless whether I'm on it or not, I'm going to be happy and ecstatic, and I will be there to watch him.
Fine, I want you just to give a message to all the people out there. Obviously, I'd say for people who don't know about you, but I feel like most people who are boxing fans in the UK probably know about you now. But just a message to maybe the American viewers out there and what they're going to expect from Junaid Bostan come December 16th.
I mean, more eyes, the better. December 16th, the American audience are going to see what's what. Regardless of who they put in front of me, I'm going to get them dealt with, and yeah, you'll soon see.
Junaid, thank you very much for your time. It's always good to talk, and best of luck come December 16th, man.
Nice one, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice one, Junaid.
Good job.